Hello, hello. Let's see if I can move you down a little bit. Welcome to the first floor Kitties Tarot Readings. I can move this. Welcome to the daily 1 hour black and orange tarot readings. Political tarot reading specifically. If you have a question for me, just put it in the chat in all caps. I am known as Autumn around here. This is my co-host, Boo Boo Zen Kitty, the good boy, the very good boy, who just walked off, but he'll probably come back. I hope your day is going well, and like I said, do put your questions in all caps in the chat, and if you are watching this on replay, pinned in the first comment or down in the description box later, there will be a list of the questions I cover today, that we cover today, and the number of the timestamp. You can just click on the number and it'll go straight to whatever you're interested in. So you can get in and get out and get on with your day, and hopefully I can help more than hinder. So I swear, I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not blowing anybody off. And 10% of all income that comes into the channel from any source goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. It's an ongoing thing. And all of my business ventures and projects are linked 10% going to established charities. So that's why I don't usually take part in individual charity things that come up, simply because it's like a project or channel or some series or something, and the whole thing, it's like 10% of this is going to feedingamerica.org, Shriners Children's Hospital, St. Jude. There's one smaller project, 10% is going to go to RAINN, RAINN, when that gets off the ground. Others as well, whatever. But that's why you don't hear more. It's literally, I have literally built it into the structure of all the work I do. Anyway. Right, well, also, we have the best, and I mean the best, moderators on the internet, for which I am eternally grateful. They've kept us safe for months. I don't even know how, but they've managed. I'm so grateful. All right, so let me just scroll up here and look for anything in all caps and see what I can, if there's anything I can answer here. Okay, Jules Deramore, Robert Fuller, was found, oh gosh, City Hall, Palmdale, California, yesterday. Police said it was suicide. Families, what happened? Jules, I don't normally read on things like that. I'm so sorry. It's really more the political stuff, and there's a family just howling with grief right now, and I know there are other readers who will read on it, and bless them. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable doing that. It's I'm sorry. Gosh, that's awful. Okay. Wow. No questions other than that. All right, well, no, I really, it's like, well, then I'll read on that. I just can't bring myself to do it. Yeah, I can't. I'm just gonna pray. I'm just gonna send as much positive energy to him and to that family, and to the people who will look into it, that they will be fair and thorough, but mostly just pouring positive energy down on him and his family. This from the divine, just pouring down into their lives, this beautiful divine energy. Really? Already? We're only like 6 minutes in and it's already... You're not even 6 minutes in and it kicked me out and I had to come back in, but anyway. I saw something about astrology. Tomorrow, yes, I'm going to do... But the main thing tomorrow I'm going over, which will take up most of the time, is what we were talking about north nodes. And how the north node in your chart, what sign it's in, what house it's in, what aspects planets have to it, that's kind of your work order in this life. Some people say, these are the lessons you're supposed to learn. I don't see that. Maybe it's just because of, maybe it's because I have my sun in my 6th house, which is a house of daily work, rather than learning lessons, although I have a ton of Sagittarius. It's just that I see it as a work order. This is, all right, this is your job. Thank you, Jules. This is your job while you're here. See what you can do with this. And autumn semantics. Semantics? And so we're going to go over that tomorrow, where we can go through and if I was actually going to ask you guys if you could leave in the comments or leave in the comments on tomorrow's video, tomorrow's live stream, which is set up to go. There's already space underneath it where you can put comments. Where can people go to most easily find out what their own north node is? Because I know, setting up an account at astro.com or even astrotheme.com, but I'm maybe something at Cafe Astrology. But I'm trying to find. There's AstroSeek, but they're all there are a couple of extra steps. It might be too complicated. So I was just wondering about what's the easiest way for people to find out their own. What do you think is the easiest way for people to figure out their own north nodes if they are not as steeped in this stuff as some of the rest of us are? Who just do way too much of this. But anyway, okay. So, okay, questions. All right. Sunday astrology. What's coming? Update okay. My north node is in Scorpio. Please pray for me. No, that's good. They're all good. All the signs have something very, very good. They all have very specific gifts. And yeah, it's easy to make fun of the negative side. I'll be the first. I'm a Sun Scorpio. What, you think I haven't heard the negative stuff? I mean, but there's so much positive as well in every sign. So we all have gifts. We all have abilities. We all have potential and promise. And we have these beautiful things inside of all of us that we can use and bring forward and share with the world, and that's kind of what we're here to do. So anything I can help to steer people in a direction, if that helps you in any way, I'd be really happy. Okay, in the appellate court, Judge Sullivan. I'm so sorry, I get confused. Which judge is this? Is that the Roger Stone judge? I'll look it up if here we go. Okay, copy. Oh, right, time. Stamping in. All right, I'm just making a list here so I can easily, paste your copy. Questions in. Judge Sullivan. And the thing is it's going to it's actually going to, there are going to be more and more judges and more court cases. Wondering about June 21st planets. Well, let me see. Maybe just make a note of that. Maybe there's something I can go over tomorrow about that. I'll try not to. I'm really trying to stay out of the weeds. So I will be trying to keep the North Node thing as simple as possible. Okay. Hey, Twina, what will be the response of people to Trump's Tulsa Juneteenth rally? What I got when I've read on it several times this week, and what I got was they're trying to bait people. They're trying to get people riled up. They're hoping that there's some kind of violence or looting or damage or something that they can blame, and that they can focus energy on that, which gives them an excuse to be even more awful. So I've been reading on that, and I've been getting one clear message: don't take the bait. Don't take the bait. Tell everybody you know, don't take the bait. And I actually get an image, a mental image of a lot of people just standing there with their arms crossed. It's like not even making a ruckus. Just don't take the bait. So Kathleen Stafford is asking, is Trump going to push the Senate to pass stimulus to gain better approval ratings? All right, let's have a look at that. McConnell. Ugh. All right, Melissa's asking, has Trump changed the rally to the next day? I haven't heard anything about that, has he? I don't know. Jess R. just says, Flynn. Judge Sullivan is the Michael Flynn. My understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is that wasn't it a retired judge or was it a retired prosecutor? Somebody was brought in to look it over and has said very clearly that what the DOJ did was a gross mishandling of their power, and that the judge wants the DOJ to come in and explain themselves on June 30th? Or is it July 20th? Or there's a, sorry, begins with a J, ends with a 0, and it's soon. Something like that, soon-ish. Flynn judge, okay. Yeah, every time I try to remember numbers, they get flipped, and yeah, remembering words I'm usually pretty good at. It's the numbers that, anyway. Greg Scott is asking, what is Trump doing with the $500 billion virus slush fund for corporations? They are doling it out very unfairly, and Mnuchin is, surprise, suddenly refusing to give any accountability to Congress. And Congress is starting to say, excuse you, it's icky, it's bad, and it's going to come out eventually. But I will add it to the list, depending on how many questions we get. Your questions really do matter. We get so many that I just have to go with my gut, and but I always feel bad when I don't answer something somebody asks, or when I don't answer something you ask. Karen is asking, will the protests stay calm, or will the right cause problems that have the USA against one another? The protests, I've been reading on protests for a while now, and I've just been getting the same thing, which is they are overall just becoming less violent, and there are just more people just protesting, even just walking, just walk, like that walk protesting, where they have a sign maybe, but they're just with a lot of other people and they just walk. They're not even necessarily even chanting. They're just, I'm here and my presence is making a statement, and is the right going to try to create mess and blame it on the left? They're not going to get very far, is what I've been getting. I had the misfortune of seeing some of Fox News last night because I don't get enough negative energy reading on Trump and his ilk. Last night, from what little I saw, it seemed like it was wall-to-wall coverage of what's going on in Seattle. They're anarchists, and this is what the left is like, and they want anarchy, and the leaders there are terrible, and if you vote, for Democrats, this is what they're for, and this is all they believe in, and we're going to live in chaos, and they're gonna get rid of all of the police, and it's just appalling. So even that is just giving the right just a whole bunch of ammunition to deflect onto something else. But if it wasn't for that, they'd deflect onto something other than that too, so they don't cover so they don't have to focus on what's really happening. Okay, bum bum. All right, let me scroll back up. Where was I? Jump to the end. And okay. All right. Mims is saying, here we sit counting the days until Dumpy is gone. Oh yeah. Oh, that's such great advice. Don't take the bait. Thank you, Mims. Oh, the rally date has been changed to the following day. Ah. I wonder why. I wonder who decided that. But ultimately, I don't care. I know that sounds terrible, but the level of awful things that these people have done has happened, where it's like they've done this much that's decent. Somebody's done that much that's decent. It might have been the people at the place where the rally's being held delaying it a day. It might have been somebody in the White House who woke up and, I don't know, their conscience flickered to life for 2 seconds before it was gone. I don't know. It's just, they're so awful. They're so awful. Jules Daramore, Trump at West Point rally could not bring a glass of water fully to his mouth. He had to use his other hand to push it the last few inches. Really? Judge Gleeson brought in by Sullivan. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Melissa. Jules, okay, let's read on, now that could affect all of us. Trump's physical decay is related to his mental decay, and for as much as people want to say it's his bad health, it's his age, I give this man no passes whatsoever. None. Zero. Whatever he is going through is his own fault because of his extracurricular activities and his extracurricular activities for many years. You can't act like Dorian Gray if you don't have the picture in the attic. It's going to catch up with you. And the worse he gets, the more potential danger we're in. But I do still feel like something's coming, and it's just going to bowl him over, which, as far as like, hopefully Supreme Court ruling that some of his records are actually going to finally get oversight. Gleeson brought in by Sullivan. I will try to remember that. I really will. Let's saying thanks. Oh, you're welcome. Kathleen Stafford, that's all we need to do. No reason to feed Trump's agenda, cause unrest and violence. Exactly. Tessrat saying Fox News. Squirrel. Yes, absolutely. Okay, and do. Okay, and okay. Too much uproar about Juneteenth caused him to change the date. No conscience involved. Probably. I don't trust them enough to, but sure, okay. It doesn't even matter to me. I know it's horrible. You're asking me questions and I should just be answering them. But there are just some things that come up where I'm just like, these people are so awful. These people are so awful. And them doing just this much, this suddenly decent. It's like we've gone so far in storytelling, in writing, in novels, and in screenplays, and all of this stuff. One of the things that they do to create conflict sometimes is you don't add on a problem. You knock them back a step, so them just getting back to where they were is a victory. And America under Trump, we have been knocked so far back that just coming forward just a tiny bit, it's like, well, good, but it's this much, and out of this, it's this little tiny thing. I love Cat Shepard saying, "I'll take Schadenfreude for 500, Alex." Yes. What is Trump's downfall? Political downfall. Okay. Sarah Cooper. Oh, she's fantastic. She's a national treasure. Yes, she is. Yes, I have seen her videos. I have shared them. Yes, I love them. Okay. Well, we have a few questions. So I've got ye old deck here. Let's see here. All right, what happened? All right, so Judge Gleeson, Judge Gleeson is the retired judge who was brought in to be the special prosecutor or just oversee, but it had to do. But it's the Flynn, basically the DOJ is trying to say, oh, no harm, no foul. We're dropping everything against Flynn because the whole investigation was founded on spurious nonsense of massive, basically proven interference in the election. And just his corruption and things he's admitted to, and because Barr really is that. So what's next with that? Because we know, other than having the DOJ come in and have to say, excuse us, what the heck? Let's figure out. Yes, he is to represent us, the people. Since Barr isn't doing it. Yeah, exactly. All right, so we're at like 24, let's say 24:30. And let's figure out what's going to happen other than the DOJ. Well, including the DOJ having to come in and explain themselves. What else is there? All right, let me just sit up straight here. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to reach out for this energy while I shuffle. And I had so many requests for the Morgan Greer deck yesterday that I'm going to use that today as well. All right. Judge Sullivan, Judge Gleeson, Flynn, and Barr / his most loyal flunkies. Well, then again, Barr's a flunky, so it would be the flunky's flunky. And the flunky's flunkies. Sullivan, Gleeson, Flynn, and the flunkies flunkies. All right, what is going to go on? Flynn, this case. Reaching out for the energy. Let's see if I can pick up anything. All right, it kind of feels like I'm standing in a courtroom, but it's like people all, it's like I'm in the middle, like between the bench and the tables, like that open space, and it feels like I've got people talking here and then there and back, and it's like back and forth, and I'm having to it's just like a ping pong, and I'm having to like twist around to look when different people are talking. It's there's a lot of chaotic energy. Whew, Sullivan's mad. Oh man, whew. You could seriously bring out the marshmallows. You can just roast them by we'll just put them on the ends of our pens and just like hold them out towards Judge Sullivan, and just the heat coming off of him from his anger will toast them. That'll be our snack. Oh, look. I don't know if you can see this. The kitty isn't here, so let me turn on this light. There we go. Yeah. Corruption, anger. Gleeson's not impressed. It's a different kind of anger. It's a he didn't have to come out of retirement. He doesn't have to be there. He has let's put it this way, he has no considerations other than his legacy of the rule of law. I mean, I'm not saying Sullivan's corrupt or anything, but he's, of course he's got public pressure, and he's got things like that. Gleeson, no. Rule of law, that is all he cares about, and he also hasn't been sitting there having to put up with as much as Sullivan has. So it's a very different kind of anger. It's not at Sullivan's level, but it's a slow burning disappointment and disgust, disbelief, and just like, are you kidding me, kind of, only more extreme. So what's going to go on with this case? The Flynn case and the DOJ. Okay, I think I've got two separate cards. It feels like two completely separate cards for the reading. One is the Empress, one is the Moon. This kind of goes back to what I was mentioning before, and then what I saw you guys repeating in the comments about don't take the bait. Are we going, yes, we have to stand up for what's right. This is a card I get from America. But they're separate. We can choose to be strong. We can choose to bear witness, to speak our mind, to call our representatives, to donate to funds, or we can just lose our minds at how appalling this entire situation is. Mims is talking about how Gleeson put John Gotti away, probably has to daily pick his jaw up off the floor. I believe it. This is about the choice. This is about the choice. And we all are going to have to make this choice every single day. So this is absolutely make your voice heard, do what you can, speak out as you can. But this is a very strong, I am here, I will not be moved. I am not going to listen to, you're not going to be able to rile me up over garbage. You're not going to be able, that's one thing, Kaylee Soldersoul, the press secretary, one thing she did, certainly the first time she came out, it's her go-to thing as a pundit, which is if she's asked an awkward question, she immediately picks one thing out as a Republican talking point that's even vaguely related, and then says, but what do you think about this? Don't you, it's like, question me about that. Well, what do you think about this? Well, the thing is, now she's up at she's the press secretary, so she's up there, and the journalists are just looking at her, literally saying, I'm not here to answer your questions. I'm here to ask you. And boy, that took the wind out of her sails. But that's what they do. They are trying to rile us up. So even with this case and everything else, everything is doing. I laugh every time you say Kaylee Soldersoul. Thank you, Mims. I try. Okay, Queen of Wands, High Priestess, Page of Wands, Six of Cups, Eight of Pentacles. Ooh. I don't know I'm obviously not a lawyer. This is just a YouTube channel where I just read on the collective energy using cards. This is not advice. This is not anything like that. So I'm not a lawyer, so I'm going to ask you, is there something that they could, sanction the DOJ or sanction Barr or sanction, could they do anything about that? Yeah, entertainment purposes only, YouTube. Exactly, Mims. Because this feels like what Sullivan and Gleeson stand for. This is the camaraderie amongst career judges. And that feels like them bringing something up against, it feels like they're bringing something up against Barr, but maybe it means they're going ahead with the case against Flynn, or Barr could lose his license. Oh, okay. Oh, are we buffering? Oh no, okay, we're not buffering in the camera, so that's good. That's what that feels like. That's the strongest part of this. And it's a message, but they pivot. It's like Barr, Trump wants Flynn let go. Just, he's a good guy. Everything's fine. He wants Flynn to get away with whatever he did. And Barr has taken that message from Trump and done everything he can to get Flynn off. So Barr is trying to send a message not only to Flynn to hold on, but also to other people who might want to flip on the president or whatever it is, which is, as he said, and I'm not sure whether I want to just hurl or scream when I think about him saying this, but the way Renfield Barr, in that interview, when he was questioned about the things he's done, and that look on his face and the way he said, well, history's written by the victors. And it was so awful. But he's sending the message that you don't cross Trump. You do not question the master. You do not question the Fuhrer. And, because really that's why I call him Renfield Barr. It's this, you don't question him, you don't question, you do not question the master. How dare you question the master? And Barr sending the message. But now it's Sullivan and Gleeson flipping it and sending the message right back, saying, oh no, there's a message, all right. And this is the message. You tried to keep the secrets and what have you, and you managed to, this is Pelosi, as a representative of everything they tried to do in the House to get hearings going, to get witnesses to come in, voting for impeachment, all of this stuff. They're all the secrets, and Barr, it's like, no, these are the secrets, and I'm going to keep them, and you're going to keep your mouth shut, and I'm Mr. Important now. And the message is that these judges are flipping it back, saying, no, this is the message now. We're not putting up with this. Will Barr regret kissing Trump's rear end this much? Not really. I'm not saying that he's going to come to a good end. But what I'm saying is that he really drank the Kool-Aid. He not only drank the Kool-Aid, he makes the Kool-Aid. He hands the Kool-Aid out. He enforces the drinking of the Kool-Aid. It's really disgusting. So yeah, I'm getting we're not putting up with this, which I'm glad to see. Let me just pull. Will Barr regret kissing Trump's rear end this much? Let me just ask. Actually, I better grab that and put that in the timestamp area. And thank you for being here today. I really appreciate it. Okay, we are at almost 38. Boy, I have been just chatting today, haven't I? Okay. Will Barr regret? Renfield, you are just a little toad, aren't you? Ugh. You slimy little bottom dweller. So you're going to end up regretting everything you've done for the master. No, he's proud of himself. He's proud of what he's been able to do. He was proud of what he was able to do to protect, was it George H? And his people? Something like that? Oh, there are so many cases. So many cases that once Barr's out of the way, whoo, I hope I hope that 4, 8, 10 years ago, you talked your kids into becoming lawyers, because, wow. Reagan? Oh, it was Reagan in Iran-Contra. Okay, thank you. Yeah, he's proud of himself for that. Okay, card of communications, 2 of wands, 9 of communications, and this is the Republicans who protect protect Trump, and he's feeling like he's important. He's like walking back and forth among the, to protect extra protection for Trump, for the Fuhrer. Center of the reading is the card of secrets. And trying to use higher wisdom, but higher wisdom in the sense of twisting the law around or letting things drop to get around the system. In this case, this is not a healthy higher wisdom. 9 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles. He really wants to remake the entire judicial system. Really wants to remake the entire judicial system so that it is as corrupt as he is. to make an just seriously alt-right system permanently. That's all he cares about. If Barr goes down in flames, will he regret it, losing everything? I don't know that he'll lose his family. If he goes down in flames, if his career goes down in flames, will he regret it? If he goes down in history books as a pariah, which he will. Yeah, history is written by the victors. And guess what? You aren't. If it goes down in flame, is he going to regret it? Lose, not just career, but will he, will everything kind of fall apart? No, this is all justice related. This is not this is his personal life, This is, very upset judges. 10 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, 3 of Swords, Ace of Swords. Well, that's good for us, bad for him. This is Trump's political end. This is Barr being able to do very little to help it. This is America, especially Democrats, but America glued to the TV. And on fall of the House of Trump, it's heartbreak for them, but it's sort of truth for the rest of us. Let's get some reality. Let's get some actual rule of law going here. Let's get some actual, because it just feels like all this nastiness on the ground here, and it's like this is suddenly fresh air. Greenery, fresh air, balance, roses, truth. And yeah, the truth cuts, but this is like, oh, that's what I'm getting for that. Okay, next on the list, 43, 30-ish. Okay, let's do that. 43, 30-ish. Okay, is Trump going to push the Senate to pass some kind of stimulus to gain better approval ratings? All right. Okay, closing my eyes. Sorry, I can't see the chat at the moment. Let me just focus on this. All right, Trump, you're going to push some kind of stimulus to make yourself look good? He doesn't care about the national debt. He doesn't actually scared. Those poll numbers, he's getting angry because underneath that anger, he's terrified. And he would hate me saying that. A woman talking about him being afraid. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You rotten Cheeto. So I'm going to push for a stimulus bill, try to buy your way to winning the election, which you won't. 4.5 months, but who's counting? Exactly, Greg Scott. Why do evil people live so long? Their body breaking down, but they just keep going. Jules Deramore, I've actually read on that. I actually read on that, and what it said was that these physical vessels that our souls are in, because we are symbiotic beings. We are part physical body, and the mind that goes along with that, and the heart and the gut and what have you. We are also souls who are temporarily in these physical vessels, and what I got was that these vessels, because we're down in the energetic muck compared to where our souls usually are, and it's that these vessels are surprisingly well designed to be down here in the muck. It's like, really? But being a horrible person is not going to help you in the long run, and your soul's going to leave this body, and you can end up in a very dark place for a very long time. Just ask Epstein, that monster. Anyway, Trump, stimulus. A stimulus other than his apple juice. Yelling at McConnell. No point in yelling at McConnell, Trump. McConnell doesn't care. McConnell cannot hear anybody over the sound of his own greatness. Is staring at himself in a hand mirror. He walks around. It's like McConnell literally just walking around every day with one of those handheld vanity mirrors they used to have. There's a handle here and then like a little heart-shape-ish kind of, and it's like he's holding that mirror right in front of his face, admiring himself. And McConnell's just walking around with that all day long, just admiring himself. So Trump can yell all he wants. McConnell doesn't care. McConnell thinks Trump's a joke. He'd be out of office if it wasn't for me. I'm the one with the real power. Victory. Well, that's the key to it, isn't it all? That's the key to all of it, isn't it? Victory. Okay, 10 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, Hanged Man. Okay, did we reconnect? Okay, we did. Okay, I got the Hermit and then the Magician. All right, and so this is, the Democrats really want to get something out to the people. They really want to. This is the card I get for, Democrats, but especially in this deck with the rainbow, because Democrats do a lot more for LGBT than Republicans do in general. Trump in flowing robes and a hand mirror. It's actually, Dave, it's my hand mirror. Trump is a black hole of need where he's prowling around for that sickening level of, he's actively going person to person to person, fill that need. I get the mental image in my head, if anybody has watched as much of the show Supernatural as I have, when they had the 4 horsemen come down in physical form, hunger, famine. I'm hungry. That's Trump. Constant, sickening, you're the greatest, you're the best it's ever been. But anyway, so center of the reading, though, is the Hangman. Center of the reading is the Hangman, and then a Hermit. But then it's a Magician, like an executive order or something, where he's trying to make himself look good. But this, I thought McConnell was down for some kind of, at least one more stimulus. But this would say not. Let me see if I can get some more clarification on this. Do you think Nancy's holding back information on Trump to release just before the election? No. Well, yes and no. She may know something, but she's just waiting because she wants to completely just politically bury him, preferably in an orange jumpsuit in some jail somewhere, if she had her way. So if she has something, it's not like a slam dunk or something that would be like irrefutable, and that's what she's going for. She's going for the king again, and she will not miss this time. And she's not going to move until she makes sure she doesn't miss. So, stimulus in America. For the people. Any more stimulus? Trying to get the Republicans on board is going to be really hard. As long as donors be, which are the people with the most money, what do they care? Did I get kicked out again? No, it's okay. Okay, Moon. High Priestess. Corruption. Oh no! Huge amounts of the stimulus money have gone to places they shouldn't have. And now the Republicans can't justify. They feel like they can't justify it for some reason. They can't justify more stimulus. Because I'm trying to figure out why here. It's weird. It's not like it would bring more scrutiny to what they've already done, or they definitely, we pretty much know, we can guess that they have sent money to the wrong places. But it's like a song and dance to keep it quiet or something. I'm for what it's worth. I mean, do ask other readers. It's not. I'm never 100% correct. Nobody is. But it's usually the consensus between the readers. That's usually what happens. And I'm just getting that Trump wants to, and he will grow increasingly desperate and try to executive order his way into anything. Democrats are completely down with actually helping people. But this is Republicans just no, 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 nope, 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 nope. And it has something to do with what they've already done, which they are afraid of coming out. I don't have much hope, just because of what I was getting on the Republicans there was so strong. Which stinks, because there's so many people suffering right now. And it's not like I'm all excited about the Treasury printing money and the national debt going higher, because anybody who's watched me for a while knows I have serious issues with our national debt, and mainly inflation and how that hurts people. So I'm not in a hurry for the Treasury to just print money, but people are suffering, and that's what government's for, is to get us through crises. And if this doesn't count as crisis, really, what does? Linda is saying police departments shouldn't be defunded, they should be reformed. Defunded is a shorthand bumper sticker way of saying to reallocate resources into mental health, substance abuse, community services, rather than, because community service into non-existence, whereas in many places, not all, but in many places, police are getting more and more funding, so that they end up with more and more military, like, defund. They do. That's absolutely true. I agree with that. I've agreed with it from the beginning. But it's kind of like, well, that's what they're going with, and I know what it means, so I'll just explain it to whoever asks. And they do need a better term, but what we really need to do is get rid of Trump and his flunkies. And McConnell, he does not see himself as a flunky. No, he's his own corrupt emperor. Okay, 56. What's next? Well, this is nice. Actually, going through these with a little bit more, having a little more time on specific questions. It's nice, because yesterday I covered 12 questions. It's like, oh gosh. All right, Trump's health, because please vote. Okay, because apparently at the rally he needed 2 hands to get water to his mouth. What's going on there? Do we need to worry? By the way, did you guys notice when Manafort was going to jail, he suddenly needed a cane and he was suddenly so weak and frail and poor me. But when they were letting him out of jail to go home, or at least, you know, go have part of his sentence at home, suddenly he was upright and fine. Yeah. All right. I don't think that's something Trump would do, actually. His ego wouldn't let him, but... All right, Trump, what's going on with your health, and do we need to worry? All right, my whole body just seized up, especially my shoulders. Ow! Ugh. Dorian Gray. Dorian Trump. Without the painting. Seriously. And I hate even saying that because I loved the book. I remember when I was a teenager reading Dorian Gray. Was it assigned to me? No. Did I read it anyway? Of course I did. Because I just read and read and read and read and read. But I really liked the book, the picture of Dorian Gray. And Ben Barnes did a fantastic job in the recent version of the movie. You know, as opposed to like the black and white version. Yeah, Ben Barnes did a really great job. But yeah, that level of corruption and thinking you can just... Oh, sorry. Accidentally hit the... Sorry. Okay. Dorian Trump. What's wrong with you and do we need to worry? Everything hurts. Everything hurts. Oh my gosh. Ow. Ugh. Seriously. Step away from the deep fryer and just stretch a little. Man. What's up with your health and do we need to worry? I'm telling you, a lot of what's wrong with him is because of the choices he has made. I have to check out the movie. Thank you, Autumn. Dorian Gray. Oh, Ben Barnes. Yeah, did a fantastic job. It's not for children. Just remember that. It's not as general an audience as the original black and white version. Just so you know. Okay, 6 of cups. He's, let me put it this way. He's been partaking of a lot of apple juice. Lot of apple juice. Lots and lots and lots of apple juice. King of Swords, 8 of Cups, 7 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords. He's been warned. He has been warned that he has to take better care of himself, and this is no joke. And publicly, you can blow as much smoke as you want, but he has been warned. What he's doing, his blood pressure is crazy town. And it's not steady because, of course, he really likes his apple juice. Apple juice. Apple juice is it's you drink a lot of apple juice and you get kind of juiced up. You know, juiced up. But he's been warned. It's not good. And his I'm just saying. I'm just jazzy girl. I'm just gonna say apple juice to get juiced up. Like if you drink a lot of apple juice. That's all. Yeah, not a good idea. I think she'll take my advice long before Trump takes anyone else's health advice. That's true. And he would be better off if he went around eating things off the floor rather than doing what he's doing now. He's been warned, but he just keeps, I'll do what I want. I'll take what I want. I'll take what I want. This doesn't feel like his death, but this does feel like serious health scare. Like this feels like a hospital. But this is the health crisis that will hit when his political fortune, there's just no doubt anymore that the sand is gone. I keep getting the two of Pentacles for his political future, which is the guy juggling the two pentacles, and he's on sand, with water behind him, and it's like the sand has just been blown away, and it's like, I don't know, Wile E. Coyote still stands there as the ground just blows away underneath him until it's like, uh-oh, and then he falls. Cynthia Allen, I just glanced up. Mims, I have a crush on Glenn. Tell me it's not Glenn Beck. Why are you here? It can't be Glenn Beck here, I don't think. Okay, it reconnected. It kicked me out. How much of that story did you guys hear? I hate to ask this, but how much of the story did you guys hear about when I worked at the bookstore and was filling up the end cap? Please let me know. Be right back, cooking breakfast. I mentioned Glenn Beck. It's the last you heard. Okay, story bookstore. Okay, all right. One of the times I worked at a bookstore, because there have been many, I was tasked with filling up, putting books on a particular end cap. And I had the list, and I worked my way down. Put these here, and then put the containers just so, and put the books there. And then I went and I got my next highest boss to come say, okay, so this is taken care of, and you can see. And I remember standing there next to him, my boss, and he was looking at the end cap, and I was standing there, and I said, okay, these are everything that's on the list, and it's all there. I said, but I'm not going to put them in alphabetical order, which I thought about doing, because that would put Glenn Beck's book up at the top at eye level, and I don't want to do that. And he just stood there for a second, and he looked at it, and he said, fair enough, and we walked off. So, yeah, his book, Glenn Beck's book ended up at the, ankle height. Rob D, a couple of bookstores on my resume. Yep, we've done our time in retail. All right. Well, actually, that's going to be it for me for today. And I didn't cover a lot today, but we did definitely talk. And thank you for being here. All right. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to You know what? We're gonna talk about the nodes and how to figure out what yours are and what that means, and kind of to kind of help you better aim, maybe. Maybe not, maybe you already know, but help you better aim, like kind of what area, it's like move in that direction, because the universe will work with you when you move in that direction. That's your work order in this life. So, we'll do that. Maybe have a look at the planets on the 21st, or for the eclipse and the whole. Whew, yeah, the eclipse is going to be, crazy town. I'll answer your questions, and the last thought I will leave you guys with, other than thanking you guys, thank you, and thank you so much, moderators. Thank you. There's Jean, Keisha, Linda right there. I mean, thank you, and all the others. Thank you. I will leave you with this little bit of trivia for the day. Today is June 13th. Tomorrow is June 14th. Today is the birthday of the actor who plays Captain America in the Avengers, right? Chris Evans today, Captain America actor, right? Tomorrow is Trump's birthday. Talk about a drop. Talk about a cliff from the 13th to the 14th of June. All right. Anyway, Captain America, Steve Rogers himself, is 4th of July. But anyway, I just thought I'd mention that because it's like, wow. But yeah, tomorrow's Trumpy's birthday. So, yeah. You guys have a great day. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for being here. Thank you to the moderators. Hang in there, guys. All right, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Bye-bye.